am the Dark Ranger, and here we are once again at another very well-lit property in Springdale, Utah. This is a gas station, as you can see, but it's a lot different than most gas stations you're going to encounter. For one, there's not a lot of light here. Now, if you look up underneath the rafters in the overhang here, there's very much some fluorescent tubes, but notice how they're turned off. Now, what another gas station owner might say is, yeah, but how are people going to know that my business is open? How are they going to stop here and get gas? Well, it's the subtle clues that people need. It doesn't require a lot. Obviously, as you can see, pump number 4, it's very well lit. They can see that plain as day. They can see that, in fact, underneath here, we've got the register display on the gas pump itself, and so people are going to pull in and get gas. Now, the other thing I really like about how they do that at this property is they haven't lit up both pumps over there. If you can see pump number 2, the top light there is not lit, but the pump itself is on. And so if there was somebody parked here at midnight and you were the second person to arrive, you could still see, you can clearly use that gas pump. The other thing I want to point out is you look down the street here, in the darkness you're probably not going to be able to see, but there is the sign that tells you the price of the gas. Now, why is that not lit? Because it really doesn't need to be. Again, that sign only matters when you're on the street. If you've already pulled in, you've already decided that you're going to pay whatever price of gas they're offering here. So many things don't need to be lit. As I like to say, I have a newfangled car. It came with headlights, stock, as of course all cars do. Those are the kinds of things people need to keep in mind when they're figuring out how to light streets, how to light towns, what is already on board the car, and how much needs to be provided on the ground. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is we'll move a little bit closer to the building where we can talk about security lighting, which is the type of lighting you need inside the building for passers-by, like police officers, to make sure that there's not a criminal inside emptying the cash register or stealing items off the shelves. So security lighting is a perfect example of what I call the lighting arms race. If you think back to the Cold War, where the United States kept building more nuclear weapons, and then the Soviet Union decided they needed more nuclear weapons, and it continues and continues, increasing, intensifying the problems. The same kind of thing can happen with your security lighting. Now, the way this shop is lit is perfect. You can clearly see if anybody was moving around inside the building, there's just enough contrast even with that very low level of light. What makes this work is their outside lighting is not particularly bright. Just as you would expect, they have one light over the top of these 2 doors, restroom over here, main entry point to the store there, and another light shining down, protected by the roof line, minimizing the glare, to then show the logo for the business. Where it usually becomes a problem is where it's decided you needed brighter light on the outside for advertising purposes. And when you increase the brightness of your outdoor light, then you don't have the same kind of brightness on the inside. It's like the effect of when you have a bright sunny day outside, you can't see into the building. So you increase the outside light, and what else should you do but increase the inside light? And you continue to make an arms race type problem. But if you just take a minute and start off small, you can really optimize the situation, getting just enough light to get the job done of security and advertising, and also saving electricity, and as always, I love to point out, saving the beauty of the night sky overhead.